Friends, good afternoon to you all. Dear students, respected teacher friends, all the esteemed participants, we started discussing the concept and the aims of education. And this is one of the most important, papers the students of CBCS of undergraduate level are to study. At the same time, this paper has also special importance for the students of master degree in education, as well as those students who are continuing, or those scholars who are continuing MPhil in different universities of the country. Friends, the contents of the class will help all categories of participants of different phases of education. At the same time, the stakeholders to have overview concerning to the concept of education, at the same time relating to the aims and scope of education. Friends, education, as you understand or as we know, is a social process, and the basic concern of education is the development of human personalities by developing all the human attributes so as to take part in the process of leading life successfully and contribute own share towards the progress of society as well as development of civilization. Participants, this is the foundation class, and in this class why education is important, where education functions, we are to discuss. And just after having the overall view concerning to the functioning of education, we are to go back, or we are to go to the area of definitions of education from diverse parameters. Well, we had one class on 8 of August 13th, means August 13th we had the first class, and today is 21st of September, and this is the second class. Let us see, from the time of the basic stage of organized life, means we are to discuss about the history of human society, as well as we are to discuss the history of human civilization at the time of understanding the roles of education, by understanding the concept of education, and by developing an overview concerning to the roles as well as the functions education basically plays. Under the beginning of civilization of humankind, there has been continuous process of changes that have been taking place in the educational area or arena. The continuity of changes has been helping to lead forward the process of changes in favor of life. Sometimes such changes make life very challenging to march ahead. Situations make us compelled to review the demands of life so as to make life meaningful by overcoming the challenges of time. In this point, education plays very important roles. So friends, for understanding the process of education, we are to understand the process, all the processes which are continuing in the process of changing the social mechanism or social parameter And we have to understand about the process of growth of civilization, because education has concern, I am repeating again, with the process of changing all the capabilities or all the potentialities of the human individual or human organism, so as to make every human organism proper resource of human society, means so as to make or help every human organism to become, totally fit to face life courageously. So these things are the basic explanation for explaining the very concept of education and for explaining the meaning of education. Let us go back to the next slide. Presently, friends, we have witnessed, or by studying the history of human society as well as civilization, we can understand the changes which took place and the challenges which were there in front of human life in different phases. And presently, more or less, all the societies of the globe have witnessed crisis in the field of life order and thereby in educational environment because of the attack of the minuscule, that is the smallest virus, that is COVID-19. Complexities of life have been increasing in the form of challenges, and rapid changes have been taking place in all the societies, specifically in life fronts. So friends, we are in such a position where always we say that this is the age of science and technology. Science has, brought tremendous changes towards every aspect of our life. Technology has made life so much, easily livable. But in such a situation where there is the climax of scientific development we have seen, we have witnessed, where there is the climax of technological changes we have witnessed, we have failed, all the nations of the globe, or in totality, human society or humanity has failed to fight with the smallest virus or the unseen enemy of this century of science and technology, which is named as COVID-19 by WHO, that is World Health Organization. So in such situation, what is the perception of our life? What is the perception of the process of transformation of social order? What's the perception of global human connectivity? What is the perception of culture of the universe or mankind? What is the perception of education? All these have become the basic concern of, economic study as well as discussion in this critical phase as well as critical moment of human life and critical phase of human social order. Let us go back to the next slide. In the process of change in social life, the importance of new knowledge is especially significant. New knowledge is always important for, for bringing quite, dynamic changes towards our life as well as towards society. The applicability of knowledge depends on various factors of socio-political life of a society. Without the application of knowledge, it gets difficult to bring changes to life and social order. For the invention and discovery of natural resources and making scientific plans and programs for the use of resources without disturbing natural balances, application of knowledge in more practical way has special importance. And for the development of knowledge, what we need education. Because education is the only means with the help of which renovation, innovation, and upgradation of knowledge is possible. And change of life, change of social order, transformation of civilization basically depends on knowledge and knowledge is acquired by human individual with the help of the process of education. So friends, in a sense, education is a process of acquisition of knowledge. Education is a process of renovation of knowledge. Education is a process of upgradation of the existing stock of knowledge. Education is a process of re-addition with the existing stock, re-addition of new knowledge with the existing stock of knowledge, so as to help human individuals, become ready to face all the challenges which the chance time has relentlessly or unremittingly bringing forward towards our life parameter. Let us go back to the next slide. Therefore, the primary role of education is to help us make ready for survival in a better way, which is the basic concern of human life, by making us fit for the creation and renewal of knowledge in favor of life and social order, without causing any damage to the balance of the habitat, means the natural order. At the same time, friends, education should give emphasis on the application part of knowledge in better manner, in practical manner, as per the demand of time. From this point, education nowadays is regarded as a powerful tool of human resource development. How education is assessed, how education is estimated, education is estimated or education is assessed as a process of human resource development. Thus, education is defined as a process of mobilization of human resources for the application in the field of production and material sciences of life and society. It is a process of accumulation of all the powers and potentialities of the human individual for bringing senses in life and society, and thereby bringing senses towards the parameter of civilization. Let us go back to the next slide. Human behavior, friends, as you know, or as you all understand, or as you all have experienced, is very always goal-oriented. Our behavior is goal-oriented. We do not do any work without goal. So friends, without interest, no behavior results. For the satisfaction of diverse needs, human beings involved in diverse activities. The ways human beings deal with diverse problems for the satisfaction of miscellaneous needs help to know the applicabilities concerning to human psyche or the mental level found in the form of intelligence. So friends, without intelligence, we never can achieve anything else. And the process of acquisition of education basically depends on intelligence. In every part of our life, we notice that human individual always remains busy in different activities for the satisfaction of the biological and sociological needs like food, drink, rest, reproduction, love, affection, cooperation, mutual relationship, etc. Because biological parameter of our personality has special importance, and the social parameter of our personality has also special importance. For the social parameter of our personality, growth of social parameter, we have to pay attention towards different aspects of education. At the same time, for the satisfaction of our biological needs or biological requirements, we have to remain busy in diverse activities, and for doing so we need diverse training, diverse experiences or diverse learning, and which is defined as a whole in totality as education. Let us go back to the next one. Without the satisfaction of such needs, man can't exist. Therefore, human existence proves the level of education human beings acquire. For the satisfaction of all the biological and sociological needs, nature has given many potentialities and capabilities to us. we are simply to develop all such original potentialities or inborn capabilities for sustenance and preservation of genetic history, means for the continuity or to take part in the process of continuation of our biological history. For the satisfaction of our biological needs, we are to accumulate our capabilities and apply those in the field of production, and we need productivity, and education helps to acquire productive power, and productivity is such a capability with the help of which we can satisfy our biological demands and necessities. Let us see the next slide. To maintain good relationship among ourselves, for the maintenance of social life and help to continue the history of races, we need to satisfy our social and cultural needs. Why we are to satisfy our biological needs? Why we are to satisfy our sociological needs? Why we are to satisfy our cultural needs? These are the specifications, and by understanding or studying all these points, we can understand or realize so much well concerning to the biological as well as social or sociological needs of every human organism or every human individual. As social beings, we are to keep our social relationships alive. Without social relationship, we can't maintain a systematic and civilized life. For the progress and advancement of life, society, culture, and civilization, we are to refine our original behavior, and for the process of refinement, for the continuation of the process of refinement of our original behavior, there is the need of reviewing as well as helping to continue the process of education. And that's why education is defined to be a lifelong process, and education begins or starts when life begins or starts, and it ends when life ends or in the end of our life, means in the end of our existence. Without the modification of our original behavior, we never can think about the progress of life and society. This process is practically realized with the help of education. Without education, we never can modify our original behavior and acquire new pattern or form of behavior. Education, thus in brief, is a process of modification of behavior to make the human individual fit to lead a better social life, as well as it is a process of making man fit for survival in better and advanced way as per the call of time and demand of the surroundings. Friends, let us see the next slide. Education helps us to realize our potentialities or capabilities. Develop these means all the potentialities or capabilities and makes us fit to face life courageously, boldly, that is, and confidently, means confidently without any doubt. It develops our adjustment capacities with different situations. As an important human activity, education always offers necessary help to make life enjoyable. We acquire education from every activity of our life. We always remain busy in performing various activities to satisfy our biological, emotional, and social needs. With the help of all such activities, we acquire experiences throughout life, modify these as per the demand of life situation in chance time, and accumulate all the experiences according to our own needs and capabilities, means intelligence. In every moment of our life, the physiological, mental, social, or cultural needs motivate us towards different stimuli. We respond to such stimuli and acquire experience. And the process of acquisition of experience is nothing but the process of education. Let us see the next slide. Friends, this process is a never-ending progression. Means the process of acquisition of experience and the process of accumulation of the experiences we acquire is never ending. It continues as with the continuation of the process of life. It begins when life begins and ends when life ends. The continuity of such process is the basic demand of life of living organism, not only in case of you or in case of the human organism, but in case of other organism also, this speciality is noticed. Our responses to stimuli help to acquire education without any break or interruption since the beginning or from the moment of birth till the end, that is till the moment of death. Hence, therefore, education is a never-ending process. Means education is an unremitting process, and life is the only means for the perfection of all types of education we do acquire from different sources for survival in an intelligent way. In other words, it is a lifelong process, and education education starts or begins when life begins or life starts, and ends when life ends, or means in the end of our life. So friends, the holistic concept, or this is the broad concept of education, it's a process of renewal of all the original attributes which are genetically transmitted from one generation to the next one, and with the help of the development of all the genetic potentialities, we the human individuals become able to adjust with different situations which are always changing according to the changes of time. And education therefore is a process, it's a never-ending process, and the end of education is the end of our life. So thank you so much for today. We have discussed the basic parameter concerning to the concept of education, and then we will go to the definition part, and by discussing the definition part, our conception or our concept concerning to education will be quite clear enough. Thank you so much. Have a good day.